Okay, the heart is the seat of the love, wisdom, energy. Now we're going a little bit further with understanding of the heart, that it's not only the humaneness or the humanity, but it's actually even more profound and deeper than that. The heart is the seat of the love, wisdom, energy. You know, when the heart is awakened to the inner worlds, to higher levels of consciousness, it becomes literally a field of energy which emanates the principle of love and wisdom. Give you an example. In many days, many times in China and some other countries, especially among the Zen people, the Buddhist people, Zen Buddhism, or in China Taoism, many of the sages did not teach in the way we do in a school situation. They had more a temple situation. We have the school situation, the ashram situation, and the temple situation. There are different ways of emitting or giving knowledge. But in any case, most of the sages, they didn't say very much. Like for instance in China, in a Taoist temple, you had the enlightened sage, and used to sit around the pond or something like that, and just sitting quietly and silently, and you had the disciple there. And then sometimes the disciple asked a question and he replied, maybe. But the emphasis was not on actually revealing a knowledge, but just simply being there. Now, it means that in those sages, in those kind of spiritual gurus or teachers, what it was that the heart emanated the love, wisdom, energy. Because the heart is the source of love and wisdom, the two aspects of Buddhic consciousness. Buddhic consciousness is the energy of love, and wisdom. So when the Christ was born, he exhibited the love energy, and when the Buddha was born, he was exhibiting the wisdom energy, but all from the same heart. Both the Buddha and the Christ worked from the heart. But one was more expressing the love, and the other more is the wisdom side of it. It's all from the Buddhic consciousness, the enlightened. Buddhic consciousness means enlightened consciousness, okay? So one emphasized love, the other the wisdom, but it's all from the same heart energy. So a lot of them, when you meet a person like that, they just radiate an innate love and an innate wisdom. So whether they say something or not, you still get that kind of a energy from them, and it kind of harmonizes you without understanding what it is doing. It's working on its own. The heart energy impinges on you. And that's why when, like you have Ramana Maharshi in India recently, that was using this, the love, wisdom, energy of the heart. And as I said, typically in China, the sages were like that, and sometimes the Zen masters and some of the Sufi masters, they were not so much into teaching you principles or ideas. You just were wisdom, and maybe every now and then you ask a question and they answer the question. But the sort of giving a direct knowledge is not wasn't necessary. It wasn't there. They just radiated what we call the love and the wisdom side in a form of energy. And this you have to understand that the heart is the sort of the central focus from the Buddhic consciousness, which is love, wisdom, energy. But then you have the teachers, the teacher types who actually actively teach, but they also work from the heart, the love, wisdom, energy. So that love, wisdom, energy is communicated also in a what we call in a school situation or teaching situation, but it can also be communicated by simply being in the energy field of that person, which is, as I said, in China was very much a classical way of working, and also in some of the Japanese Zen schools. It's where you just sit in the presence of the teacher, and day in and day out, you lived in the compound, in the temple, and as you lived there with the teacher, chopping wood or fetching the water, not much teaching is done, and yet over the years you develop the quality of awakening the heart and going into the state of enlightenment. It's the simple way. I would call it the simple way. It's you just be with the teacher and live with the teacher, and in that very living life process, that radiation of enlightenment is slowly communicated to you. It doesn't happen in 5 minutes. It's, you know, sometimes you spend with many years with the teacher, and this is, as I said, the typical Zen way or the Taoist way. Anyhow, so the important aspect is that the heart is the seat of love wisdom, which the same energy is the Buddha used and the Christ used, or the teachers use, or the different kind of teachers are using. You can only teach that stuff from the heart.